Hi there, good afternoon. Hello, beautiful. Happy Friday, TGIF. I thought we would do a little yoga to get rid of your afternoon shake off that I've been stuck at my desk all week, all day, hunched over my phone, and focus a little bit on working on the flexibility of the spine, open up the chest, open up the hips, all that good stuff. And flexibility extends beyond the body, and I had a good sample of that today because I was ready to go with this live video about 2 hours ago, and as I was literally about to press start, 3 gardening trucks pulled up with a bunch of guys that are blowing with the blowers and doing all sorts of other stuff. So we had a little bit of postponement, but you know what? Like, that's how life goes. So in addition to being flexible in the body, it's good to be flexible in the mind and just kind of let things flow. And here we are. We still get to do our yoga. Now I will, couple of housekeeping things real quick. One, I am 6 feet tall and the mat's 6 feet long, so I'm a million miles away from you. I can't see your comments. I really want to answer them right away, but I can't see them. So please write anything that you want to ask me. I'm happy to help answer things later, but I can't see them until afterwards. So please chat. I want to talk to you, but I just can't see it live. And second thing, very important, we're going to keep this level 1 pretty simple, but listen to your body. Your body is the smartest teacher that you have. If anything hurts or doesn't feel right to you, just don't do it. It's not worth it. Your body will let you know what it does and doesn't want to do. So pay attention to your body. Do what you can. Don't do anything that feels bad, okay? And let's do it. Let's start in Sukhasana, or easy pose, which is sitting cross-legged like this. Now, if this position causes you to do a little bit of this kind of hunching over, the trick to fixing that is to lift yourself up. So if you have a blanket like this or a pillow, something like that, you can slide that under your seat, and that gives you a little leverage. You don't want to be all the way on it, or it's just like sitting on the floor. But if you are forward on it like this, as you can see, that kind of brings the natural curve right here into my spine back into alignment, so that I can find that nice extension and lengthening from the hips all the way up through the crown of the head. I'm going to face you so you can see me. So find your nice comfortable seated position. Go ahead and put your hands on your knees, facing up or down. Close your eyes and let's just settle in. Discover yourself here on the mat, in the room, and just start to pay attention to what's going on in your body. How are you feeling? Notice any stiffness or aches, pains, stuff that's warm, stuff that's cool. Just pay attention to it. Just notice it. Feeling your feet touching against the mat pushing back up. Feel that groundedness as you settle into the earth. You are supported by the earth. And now focus in on your breath. Noticing the rise of your stomach and your chest as you bring an inhale in, and feeling it push out and expel as you move the air back out on your exhale. Finding elongation in each inhale and the same elongation with each exhale. Settling into the moment. And find a minute to think about something that makes you smile. Something that makes you smile today. Maybe it's a person or a pet that you love, some flowers blooming outside your house, a really yummy dessert that you had for lunch. A few more breaths here. All right, softly flutter your eyes open. And now take your palms and put them down on your knees this way. And this again, you want to make sure, especially if you're sitting on a blanket or anything, that you are toward the edge. And we're going to start to just move forward and back, finding a nice wave in your spine like this. So forward with chest and back. The idea is that you want to wake up your vertebrae from the base all the way upward. Now, some of these first moves we're going to do to start our session come from a type of yoga called Kundalini yoga. And Kundalini is also a type of energy that is held within your body. And Kundalini is coiled up energy that sits at the base down here of your spine. And so a lot of the moves that happen during Kundalini yoga are meant to awaken that energy, uncoil it, and move energy up and down your vertebrae. And if you think about it, not only just the yogic Kundalini side of that, but just think of how your physiology is made up. Your vertebrae is really, it's a superhighway, right? So we've got the nerves running up and down, we have blood running up and down. It's sending all these messages back and forth from your organs, from your limbs, all those different parts of your body. And so if we open and awaken and find that flexibility and open up that superhighway, it's like driving on the freeway right now with no traffic. You can get there so much faster, it's easier. So it's the same kind of concept. As we move and loosen up our vertebrae and keep it flexible, all those processes and systems that are happening in our body during the day are just going to happen easier. And that is going to lead to less pain, better circulation, all sorts of good stuff. All right, we're going to keep your hands where they are, bring your back to straight, and now we're just going to start to move in a circle, a large one. So as you're going back, you're going to take an exhale, concave your stomach, bringing it around to the front, bringing it out as you inhale, exhaling here on the back. And just rotating around. This will also start to feel an opening sensation in your hips. And just kind of awaken all those parts of the lower spine and hip that get neglected and kind of stuck as we sit in our desk chairs or our kitchen table chairs, wherever you might be setting up shop for your office these days, in your home office, or when you're at work. And that's where a lot of tension gets stuck. A lot of tension gets stuck emotionally and physically. It sits and lives in our hips and down in this area, and that's where you'll start to feel lots of tightness, which then leads to lower back pain, which can lead to upper back pain. It's all connected. Let's go the opposite direction, same motion, concaving the back as you go around the back, forward on the inhale, and exhale as you go back. Nice big circles. Now sometimes when I do this motion, I feel a little bit of extra pressure on my feet. If you're feeling that, you can put another blanket. Props are a yogi's best friend. I highly recommend them. Blanket, a towel, another pillow. You can get creative with the home yoga studio. Just unwinding the week, the day, the stress, any tension, any tightness. Get it all loosened up, loosey-goosey. All right, and find a nice neutral spine in the middle. Now we'll move up to our shoulders, and we're just gonna do a very exaggerated shrug up and drop your shoulders. Up and drop your shoulders. Up on the inhale and exhale. We'll do a sniffing motion. So you sniff in through your nose and out through your mouth. So it's like beautiful. Now bring your hands up in the sky, palms facing forward, and bring them down so that your fingers lay down along the front of your shoulders. Thumbs are in the back. Arms are parallel, if that works for your body, with the ground, like this. And we're going to do a sniffing breath again, but just through the nose. So it's inhale, sniff, turn your body to the left. Exhale, sniff, turn your body to the right. Looks like this. You can exaggerate the twist as it feels good to your back. Awakening up all the organs, your liver, your kidney, all those important digestive organs. Twists are very good for awakening and rinsing those guys out. And back to center. Hands can relax down on your knees. Now let's help our neck get a little bit of this action too. And we'll start by left hand up to the sky, grab the right top of your head. Right hand can reach down toward the ground and then pull gently your neck over to the left. Feel a nice stretching along the side of your neck into the shoulder. If it feels good to you, you can also tilt your head forward a little bit. That will extend the stretch into the back of the neck. I love this stretch. This is a great one you can do at your desk. Whenever you need a little mini break, actually any of these that we've been doing are really good for just kind of reinvigorating the body. Back to center. Let's do the other side. Right hand up. Grab the left top of your head. Left arm extends down as you pull your head to the right side gently and feel that stretch. And again, if you want to tilt your head, chin forward towards your chest, feel a little bit more stretch and elongation in the back. And I go back and forth a little bit too, just whatever feels good. And now we're going to do a nice roll. So bringing your head down and around. As you go back, pretend that there's like a tennis ball back behind, so you don't want to let your head boom all the way back to your back, and kind of go up and over. But give it a nice roll. If you're like me, you might feel a little bit of popping sensation. Things are loosening up. Feels fabulous. And reverse. Roll the other way. One side may feel a little bit easier to do than the other. It's pretty normal to be a little bit off balance. Very human of us. All right, back to center. Now we're going to come onto our hands and knees. You can remove your prop. You will not need it. So I'm going to push it off to the side. Hands and knees evenly, so knees are aligned underneath hips. Hands, wrists are underneath shoulders. And we're going to start with some extension through the shoulders. So if you can see, we're going to do just pressing the chest down, keeping the shoulders in line. So that's going to stretch across the front of the chest. And then exhale, bring the chest back up, contracting the front chest and stretching across the back. Hips are staying exactly where they are, motionless. This is just giving a little bit more concentration of a stretch into the shoulder girdle and the scapular muscle, which is that muscle along the bone along your back. Now let's extend those into a full cat-cow. So on your inhale, chest goes down, butt lifts up, and head goes to the sky. Exhale, drop your chin, and reach a good stretch that's really going to open across the back. Inhale, let's find the cow. And exhale, back to cat stretch. A couple more times on your own. All right, find that neutral spine, toes together, knees apart, and stretch back into a child's pose. Take this moment just to give yourself a reset and a rest, and think, what is my intention for today's session of yoga? Do I want to connect? Do you want to find some peace and quiet? More flexibility, compassion, stretching. And back up to all fours. Find a good balance between the front of your hand and your the palm so that there's even weight through all of the palm. Tuck your toes and lift your hips and push back up to downward dog. It's your first downward dog of the day. Go ahead and walk your dog, bend one leg, and keep the other one straight. You can go nice and slow. This will give you a good stretch through the back of the leg. And pushing up from the ground with your palms as you turn your upper arms out to recreate a nice wide stretch across the shoulders. And find some stillness here in your downward dog. Pushing your hips up to the sky. And on your next exhale, start to walk your hands back to meet your feet. And let your body rest in a nice forward fold. It is perfectly acceptable if you have tight hamstrings to keep your knees bent. Think about getting your body to rest on your thighs. This will give a nice stretch to the hamstrings as well as your lower back. And then just kind of let gravity do its thing. Being upside down like this allows the vertebrae a chance to do the reverse of what it does all day long with gravity pushing down on it. So it's nice to hang upside down for a minute or do upside down poses to let the tension come off of the vertebrae and go the opposite direction. Just loosen everything up. Now slowly roll up to standing, vertebrae by vertebrae. Feels good. And then walk yourself to the front of your mat. And we'll come to the front of our mat looking like this. I'm facing you so you can see, but you'll be like this on the front of your mat. And we're gonna do nice solid base. Feet can be together or they can be hips width apart, whatever feels good to your body. Find a nice solid foundation. So want weight equally distributed to the front and the back of the foot, inner and outer foot as well. Palms facing down, palms down facing forward rather. And now inhale, lift your arms up to the sky. And as you exhale, hinge at the hips, bend forward, flat back, find that forward fold again. Bent knees are just fine. Inhale to come halfway up, spine is flat, heart extends forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bring it all the way back to standing, hands overhead. And exhale, hands to prayer, center of the chest. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, find the forward fold, hinge at the hips. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale to come all the way up. Keep that back flat. And exhale, palms at your chest. We're going to add on now. Again, you want to be at the front of your mat. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, bow forward, chest shining forward to your forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plant the palms and step your way back to a plank. Everything should be tense. Your abs are engaged. Your thighs are engaged, rolling upward to the sky as your heels are pressing backwards. Hold this for one more breath. It's okay to go down to your knees if you need to. And then everyone come down to your knees and start to slowly lower all the way down to the ground. Belly to the floor. Untuck your toes. And you'll want to put your hands next to your ribs here. We're going to open up the back and do a little stretch and strengthen. So we're not going to come all the way up. We're going to do a push down with your hands as you press up to lift about halfway up. Keep your thighs and feet engaged and your core engaged so that you're not dumping into your lower back. You should feel a nice stretch and strengthen through your lower back. And exhale, come down. Let's do that one more time. Engage your stomach and thighs as you press down with your hands and lift upward for your cobra. And exhale to come down. All right, this time we're going to come all the way up to upward dog. If that's in your practice, push all the way up. Or cobra again. Then tuck your toes, lift your hips, and find your way back to downward dog. Stay here for a few breaths. And on your next inhale, bring your right leg up to the sky. Now bend your right knee and start to open up your leg to open up your hip. You can give that a few circles with your knee if that feels good. Or just keep it there hanging out. If you're doing circles, do your circles the other way. On your next inhale, come back to your three-legged dog, right leg still in the sky. Exhale, engage your abs, bring your right leg forward through to meet your hands. And bring your back knee down. Into runner's lunge. You can keep your back toes tucked or untucked, up to you. And lean forward so that you're feeling an opening across the front of the left thigh and the inner right thigh and hip. On your next exhale, straighten the front leg as you bring your hips back over the back leg. And feel a stretch. You can flex your front foot, feel a stretch across your front hamstring. Inhale to come back to your runner's lunge. And exhale, straighten that front leg again, hips back, stretch the hamstring. One more time. Inhale, back to your runner's lunge. And exhale, stretch that hamstring. Inhale, knee bent forward, tuck the back toes again, come up to a low lunge. And on your next exhale, bring your back foot forward to meet your front foot and meet in a forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up, chest shines forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to come all the way up, arms to the sky. And exhale into prayer. I'm going to move to the other side of my mat to do the other leg, but you stay right where you are. One more time, inhale up to the sky. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale to come halfway up. Exhale, plant your palms and step or hop if it's in your practice back to plank. You can go down to your knees. Lower yourself all the way down, halfway. Untuck the toes. Lift up to cobra or upward dog. And tuck the toes. Lift the hips to downward dog. Big inhale here and exhale. Now bring your left leg up to the sky. Bend the left knee and start to open your hip. Kind of like a dog peeing on a fire hydrant. If it feels good to you, you can go ahead and circle from the knee, drop big circles. Go both directions with your circles. And come back to center, legs still in the air on your inhale. On your next exhale, engage your abs, tuck the knee through, and meet it at the hands in the front. Lower the back knee. You can untuck the toes if that feels good. And lean forward if you're getting a nice stretch across the front of the back leg and the inner thigh at the front. This is another area that tends to get very tight when we're sitting all day, because if we're in seated position, this part, the front of the thigh, is always contracted toward the hip. So this is a great way to stretch it out and undo a little bit of that crunching in. Inhale, bring the front leg to straight foot up as your hips come back. Feel the stretch through the front hamstring. Exhale to come back to your runner's lunge. Let's flow a few more times with that. Inhale, back, stretch the front hamstring, hips back. Inhale, back to runner's lunge. And one more time, stretch the front leg. Open up those beautiful hips and hamstrings. You will feel taller and longer by the end of this, and come back to your runner's lunge. Tuck the back toes, lift the knee up. And on your next exhale, bring the back foot to meet the front foot in your forward fold, your Uttanasana. Inhale to come halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, keep the back flat as you lift all the way up, standing, arms overhead, and exhale. Prayer, arms to chest. Beautiful job. Inhale. Bend your knees, bring your hips back, and find Utkatasana. This is often called chair pose, but really it translates to fierce pose. Fierce pose because when you are in this chair, in this fierce position, your legs, your quads, your hips, your thighs, everything is engaged. It is a pose of strength. And we're not pushing in this way, and we're not sticking our booty out. Find a nice natural curve of your spine and settle into your chair. One more breath here. Exhale, come back up to standing. Now we're going to add on to our Utkatasana in a twist. So inhale, back into Utkatasana. Exhale as your hands come to your chest. Inhale as you bend a little bit more forward, deeper into the chair. Exhale and begin to twist so you get to the point where your left elbow hooks on your right thigh. If that is not available, work your way toward it slowly. You can go this way. Inhale, with each inhale, lengthen a little bit more. And with each exhale, do a little bit more twist. The idea isn't to jam your body to the side. The idea is to get out and over so that you're finding lengthening in with the twist. Now take a quick peek down at your feet and your knees. Has the left knee crept forward? If so, bring that sucker back in line with the right knee. A few more breaths here. On your next exhale, untwist. And inhale to come up standing. Let's give those legs a break. One more breath here. And inhale back to Utkatasana. Exhale, bring arms to prayer in the center of your chest. Inhale, sit deeper in that chair. And exhale, begin to twist. Hooking the right arm this time on the left thigh. Look down at those knees again and make sure that both knees are in line with one another. Inhaling to become longer, head heading towards the wall. Exhale to go deeper into the twist. 2 more breaths here. And exhale to unwind. Inhale to come back up to standing. Exhale, palms to your chest. And one more time step to the front of your mat. One more time into your Utkatasana. Inhale. And slowly, slowly, slowly go deeper. Deeper, deeper into the chair. Down, down, down. Getting fiercer and fiercer until you can find your seat on the ground. Now, your knees are up in the air, or you can do legs straight. Now we are in Navasana, boat pose. And slowly, knees bent or straight, up to you, and your body slowly lower, 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 all the way down. Oh yeah, we made it back to the ground. You guys know what that means, right? We are heading towards the end. But first we will do a few bridge poses. So bring your feet flat on your mat, knees are bent, spine is neutral on the floor. That Utkatasana got me out of breath. And feet evenly weighted here, a little bit more weight in the heels. And on your next exhale, begin to tuck your tailbone and lift up, keeping your knees even. If it's available to you, you can put your arms and kind of wedge your shoulders underneath your body and get a good stretch through your upper shoulders. Hips are heading towards the sky as your tailbone heads towards your knees, and knees are coming together and feeling straight. And exhale, bring your hips back down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, hips up. Tailbone heading toward the knees. Abs are engaged. And roll it back on down. Let's bring the right knee into your chest and extend your left leg long. You can bring this right knee not just in straight to your chest, but a little bit more into the right armpit. And that's going to give a little bit more strength and stretch into the front of the left quad as well as into that right hip. Just let that sit for another breath or two. Now as you inhale, start to bring the bent knee out to the side as little or as much as feels right for your body. And on your exhale, bring it back in, over and across as much or as little as feels good into a gentle little twist. Inhale, let's do it again. Back, bring the knee out to the side. And exhale, bring it across, over into the twist. Notice I'm switching guiding hands as I move it out. Inhale to bring it back out one more time. So the right hand is guiding at this point, And as I exhale and bring it, I kind of pass the knee off to the left hand. And this time, you can bring it into a deeper twist all the way. And surrender in a little bit more. That feels so lovely. This part right here is a wonderful series to do right before bed. Twisting and untwisting and unwinding from your day. Prepping for sleep. And again, twists are good for rinsing out that important digestive organs, kidneys, liver, stomach. They're all hanging out back here in the mid-back area. All right, let's bring the knee back to center. Put the right foot on the left knee. And let's do our thread the needle. Bring the left leg up. You can just let the left calf relax down. You can put your hands on your left thigh and bring that in. I also like to give it a little extra push, gentle push, because your knees are sensitive, onto the right knee. That's going to move this part out. And get a nice big stretch. You should be feeling that across your outer hip and maybe a little bit on the inner thigh. Just noticing sensation. Relaxing into the day. The rest of the day, the evening. And let's switch sides. So right leg will go out straight, left leg, bring it into your chest. And slightly over, so the knee is heading in toward the left armpit. And you'll feel a stretch across the front of the right thigh. Now inhale and gently bring your left knee out to the left, as little or as much as feels good to your body. Exhale, pass it to the right arm, hand it over and across into a gentle twist. And inhale to bring it back out to the left side of the body. Exhale, bring it back across into that twist. One more time. Inhale, open, and exhale, bring it across into the twist. And this time, let's stay in the twist. You can go a little bit deeper. You can turn your head to face away, back towards your left side. Deepen it from the base of your spine all the way up to the crown of your head. And just surrender into that twist. Then bring it back to center. Both knees come into your chest. And give yourself a giant hug, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Tell yourself how much you love you for doing this practice and for being the amazing person that you are. Give yourself a moment of love. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze every cell in your body, every muscle. And exhale, extend your arms and legs. Come on out to Shavasana. You have made it to rest. Find a position that's comfortable for your body. Your hands can be, legs are splayed, arms are splayed. It is a time to rest, to find a place that's relaxing. And let's take another mental check-in of your body. Do you notice your feet and ankles? And start to feel your feet and ankles relax. Notice your calves. And now notice your calves start to relax. Moving up to your knees and your thighs. Feel as your thighs and your knees melt into the floor. Centering it on your hips and your butt. And feel as the muscles relax and they melt down into the mat. Feeling sense in your stomach and your middle back. Feel them as they melt and relax deep down into the mat. And now your chest and your shoulders, all the tension falls out of them as they fall and melt down into the floor. And your arms melt down. And your neck and your head completely relaxed, melting, falling deep down into your Shavasana. Start to gently bring your awareness back to the room. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. A little rolling of your ankles and your hands. Feeling your breath deepen. Bringing your awareness back to your mat. Very slowly, so you have all the time in the world, roll your body to your right side, supporting your head with your right arm, and letting your left hand touch to the earth. Taking a moment to remember that we are always supported by the earth. The earth has our back, and we have hers too, hopefully. And slowly bringing yourself up gently to a seated position, something comfortable, maybe where we started. And slowly flutter your eyes back open. And welcome back to the room. Bring your hands into prayer, center of your chest. And as you go back off into your day, into your Friday night, into your weekend, bring some of this calmness, this flexibility that we've added to our spine, the looseness. Let the good energy that you have cultivated here today come with you off the mat, into the world. Share it with your friends, your family. Put it into the beautiful dinner you're going to make for yourself or order for yourself. Finding that bliss and love and sharing it and putting it out into the world. Thank you so much for joining me for this flow. I hope you have an amazing weekend. Stay safe, stay happy, and I'll see you on the mat soon. Namaste. Thank you to everyone who has watched. Now that I can kind of see what's going on, I really appreciate you hanging out, and I would love to hear your feedback, and we will be doing this again soon. Have a great weekend, and stay safe, stay inside, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.